Hey everyone, One Big Boss here, and well, as you can tell from the title of the video, the Xbox One is dropping in price to $100 to match that of its rival for Sony's PlayStation 4. Granted, this should have been done a long-ass time ago. I mean, really, it's almost been, well, okay, it hasn't been close to a year yet, but it's getting there, but you shouldn't have done this in the first place, Microsoft. You know, I mean, personally, I don't give two shits about the Xbox One, but for those who wanted or have been dabbling in it and didn't want to pay the $500 for it because of that Kinect and shit, I understand. Because the Kinect, let's face it, it doesn't fucking work. I mean, maybe for the voice options and like the motion things to choose stuff on your screen or whatever the fuck else it does and everything, yeah, that's fine. But I personally have used the Kinect a couple times in the past, and I honestly have to say it's some of the dumbest shit that I've ever played. Okay? And you gotta remember, this is coming from a guy who was around when the Virtual Boy got launched. So that says something right there. But regardless, this is good for all those who wanted to get an Xbox One at the beginning. Personally, like I said, you should have done this to begin with, given it at $400, because you try to match Sony. Because let's face it, Microsoft, you ain't faring so well in the gaming world. I mean, you know, Sony's not doing that much better, but they're selling more systems than you ever did. So you gotta kind of step it up there, you know? Personally, though, I really do think that the Xbox One does have potential at times, but again, a system for $500 where there's no games for it, you have to be suicidal to buy one of those at launch, especially now that something like this happened. Because, again, there was nothing at launch for this game. There are no system-selling games, you know, right now. There's no games out there that are worth buying a $500 system for. You know, some people are trying to bitch and moan at me. It's like, oh, they got Killer Instinct and everything. Killer Instinct's a free downloadable game. And they said, well, what about Dead Rising? I was like, Dead Rising 3 is nothing, okay? If anything, it could probably be one of the best Xbox One games out there right now, and that's not saying much. Titanfall was hyped for a while, but nobody really like gives two shits about Titanfall anymore. So honestly, yeah, way to go, Microsoft. You dropped your prices, but you're still getting screwed royally. You haven't been selling your system that well. I mean, there's people that are selling those things left and right. Granted, the PlayStation 4 isn't doing that much better, but there will be more for that system than the Xbox One in the time coming that I believe. But still, this is kind of cool for those, like I said, who want the system. Personally, I am not getting an Xbox One. If I do decide to get an Xbox One, maybe because there's a certain game I want, or my other buddies get it, or maybe it depends how like what fighters come out for it and everything like that. Maybe I'll do something like that. Maybe I'll get it. But I'm not getting that system unless it drops to $350. $400 is still too much asking for that game, that system now with no games. So regardless, how do you all feel about this? Is this going to make you go out and get an Xbox One now that you don't have to pay $100 extra for the Kinect? Do you feel that like maybe Microsoft should pull a Nintendo and ask and give something back to you guys? Because let's face it, Nintendo, when they had that 6-month dry spell with the 3DS and fans and buyers and consumers were not happy with it, they gave us the Ambassador program. Granted, I don't really know what you could throw in there that you don't already have, because the library for Xbox One is kind of small. So maybe they could do it towards like future games, future DLC games, or something like that, like send you some kind of like payment or whatever. Either way, it'd be kind of cool to see what it is. So, if all of you have opinions, please leave them down below. I'd like to see what other people think about it. It'd be really interesting if people think the same thing I do and don't actually give two shits about the Xbox One. But again, if it's something you want, then go out and buy it, because right now, it's the good price for it. So, please like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz and all that good stuff, you know, because it's free in this day and age. Free's a damn good thing. Till next time, I'm One Big Boss. I'm going back to working on some videos and testing out some games, and I will see you all next time.